What up, gang? Carolina Jackpot coming at you. It is Saturday morning, February 15th, and time we kicked up a little bit of college football talk over here on this channel. It's been quite a while since we've done some, and spring practice is just around the corner. It ain't too far off there. South Carolina's men's baseball, we don't play women's baseball, so it'll be the baseball team. Yesterday with an impressive 10-0 shutout victory over Holy Cross. Two programs there with national championships. South Carolina has two. Holy Cross has one. We blanked them 10-0 on only 6 hits, which is kind of concerning. But at the same time, we only allowed 6 and 0 runs, forced them into 4 errors. At any rate, South Carolina Jackpot will be attending tonight at 6 p.m. tip-off in the Colonial Life Arena. The Gamecocks men's basketball team. That's where the men's comes in. I was fixing to talk about men's basketball versus the Voltards. Okay, that's a must-win for us. They're 14-10. We 15-9 on the season. We need to go to 16-9. We're favored by 4 points. I think we get this dub. Get a little revenge on them for the 1-point loss earlier in the season in Knoxville, and I'm really looking forward to being a part of Gamecock Nation this evening, live and in person. But talking about football on the football front, I really haven't talked much here on this channel about all the coaching changes that we're enduring down there right now. The one coach that I wanted to get changed out didn't get changed out. But there's some positives and some negatives, I believe. First of all, the departures, defensive line coach John Scott going to Penn State. I mean, can you blame him? Really? I mean, Penn State versus Gamecocks, and he has some ties to a coach there, so it's understandable that he would leave. They're replacing him with Tracy Rocker, who's kind of been a journeyman coach, I think, around the SEC. He's been to Tennessee most recently. I think he coached some at Auburn, too. I think that's where he knows Muschamp from. So I think we're pretty much just making a lateral move there. I don't think that Rocker is any elite level coach, but I don't think he's that bad either. The running back position is what scares me. We lost Thomas Brown, was the running back coach. He was only there one season. He came from Miami, but he was instrumental in getting Marshawn Lloyd, the 4-star out of Maryland, to commit to our program. And Marshawn has said that he's has no intentions on leaving or decommitting or going anywhere else, but he wants a coach that can help develop his talents, which is concerning because I know that South Carolina was in talks, probably preliminary talks with the running back coach from LSU. I don't know what happened with that, but apparently that's off the table right now. I mean, why you would want to leave LSU and come to South Carolina, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, let's just be real. And then running back coach from NC State, God, I can't remember what his name was. I had it in the back of my head somewhere, who looked like he would be a decent fit. And I don't know what's going on with that either. I hope that's still in the works, because we really do need a coach down there who can recruit the Tar Heel State. There's putting it in point. I mean, if you don't know, well, you fix it to know. I mean, there's twice as many people in North Carolina as there is in South Carolina. There may be even more than that. And it's a pretty, I wouldn't say it's a talent-rich football state like Georgia or Florida, but they have some good recruits come out of there every year, and we need to be able to reel some of those kids in, because, I mean, let's just face it. Yes, I know we lost to fucking North Carolina last year, I know, but the majority of the Power 5 schools in North Carolina are shit shows. And the two, Duke and Wake Forest, I mean, you're really not getting into unless you're in really high academic standing. I mean, a lot of times these kids aren't. So there's that. I mean, we need somebody who can recruit that. I hope that that's still out there, because I had heard talk that Bobby Bentley may be coaching the running backs next year if they don't get this crap resolved. And I mean, nothing against the guy, Bobby Bentley, but I mean, yes, he got his son to come there, and but he's kind of worn out his welcome a little bit, I think. I mean, what is he really? I mean, what have we really accomplished with him in your assistant coach roles down there? I mean, really nothing. I mean, I think he's a good offensive mind, and I think he built a powerhouse high school program in Burns, from Burns up here in Duncan, South Carolina. Where Marcus Lattimore came from, Willie Corn, who played football for a while at Clemson, came from. They've had a lot of other college players come through there, but that's just a product, just that system there. I mean, they've got kids that are 4 and 5 years old start on a little league together, and they play together till they're in the 12th grade. I mean, they really, unless somebody moves, I mean, you're with the same group of kids. I mean, that can breed nothing but success, really. I mean, if your kids are at a decent level there. So, I don't think he's by any means a miracle worker. I think it's time. His son's gone. I don't know. I think it's time to get some new blood in there, and let's, kind of part ways with him. And, it really brings nothing to the program, in my opinion. That's just me talking. And maybe talk that Brian McClendon might be retained there. And I thought Brian McClendon had already sewn up a job with the LA Rams. So I don't get that one either. I have to look into that forward more. But quite honestly, I can't blame any of these coaches for jumping ship and leaving. And I can't blame any of these potential assistants for not wanting to ink the deal and come. Because, I mean, let's just face it, folks. I mean, is William Boom Muschamp going to be there after 2020? Probably not. Probably not. I would say it's 75 to 80%, I would say at this point, sure, that he's not going to be there next year. So, I mean, why would you take a job on a coaching staff that is probably all going to be terminated at the end of the season? I mean, why would you do it? I mean, you just wouldn't. I mean, you're going to be without a job, most likely. So, I can get that, and I appreciate it. And he may even run a little bit short this year, coaching-wise. But they do normally, I believe, when a coaching staff is let go, or when a head coach is let go, and the majority of the staff is let go, they do, in most cases, from what I have seen, retain either one or two assistants around, just for recruiting and just to acclimate the new head coach and the new coaching staff, the rest of the guys that come in to the university, to the football program a little bit, help them get situated. So, I mean, that could be a thing too. But I'm looking forward to 2020 anyway. I mean, how Carolina Jackpot is. I get on my soapbox sometime about Muschamp. I really have nothing against the man, have no ill will towards him whatsoever. Just not a very good head football coach. I think he's a good defensive coordinator. I think he's a good position coach. And, I mean, I think his players like him and respect him. But the bottom line is the results are in the wins and losses. The results are in the wins and losses. The results are not in there's no scoreboard for how well your players liked you. Okay? There's no scoreboard for that. I'm sorry, there's just not. So if we don't see some improvement on the field this year, if South Carolina doesn't at least go 7-5, we have a tough schedule again. But at any rate, still though, if you don't go at least 7-5 and make some strides and start being more explosive with the football offensively and being able to score some points, and this guy's not going to be around. He will not be around. The fans, the fans, the university, the president, the athletic department, they're not going to stand for it. They will not stand for it any longer. And, I get, it's funny, I see it all the time, Clemson fan especially, say, well, I don't see what you so upset for. Your program's been historically shitty. Blah, blah, blah. First of all, the program has a winning overall record, so, I mean, that's not historically shitty. I'm sorry, it's not. Second of all, we are not that far removed from being the first program in the state of South Carolina, finishing the top 10 3 years in a row. You know what that tells me? Well, they say, well, it won't never happen again because Steve Spurrier was special. He was, no doubt, he was special. He was special. He was a great coach. But you know what? I mean, he proved that winning 10, 11 games a year at South Carolina can be done. He proved that it can be done. He ain't the only coach in the world who can go out and have success at a school, folks. I'm sorry, he's just not. South Carolina has to, this when they make this coaching search, it has got to be, it has to be impeccable. They have to leave no stone unturned, and they have got to get the best possible candidate. They cannot afford to shit the bed again and set us back another 5 years. They just can't do it. The fans, we don't deserve it. Okay, the fan base, we don't deserve that. We need a better product out there. The kids at the university don't deserve that. And those kids on that football field don't deserve that. So that's my thoughts on that. Just, talking about heading into spring. We might talk some schedules here, in the next week or so. I have gotten kind of bored not being able to do the college football video. So I'll see what I can dig up and what my brain can come up with as far as something creative to do for us to talk about here, college football related. But I am looking forward to the season. Once again, looking forward to spring practice and see what these guys do and what they're made of. I'll see y'all later. I appreciate it. Push. And I'm out of here. Go Gamecocks, baby. Spurs up to my toes up.